Hello again to another episode of Chris reading his blogs. We jumped ahead to blog number 24 today, and it's a Bangle song. All the kids in the marketplace say... Chris needs to click the right place. Here we go. Walk like an Egyptian. The software industry is in a continuous state of change. Testing is no different. There are a few hard and fast rules, and it's fair to say that one size doesn't fit all. That's not to say that there aren't themes and trends that are sensible to follow. Models and heuristics are super important to have out there, and as are the themes and things. Having recently completed a very thorough and engaging Agile Refresh training course at my old workplace at the time, I had the chance to take stock of our testing strategy versus that which was put forward by the trainer. Again, he didn't know our context and just gave us some things. Invariably, he gave us Mike Cohn's test pyramid model, and that was how he said we should be doing our testing. He also told us that we needed to explicitly use given when then BDD-based testing as well. The emphasis of this model is that of automation, heavier at the base of the pyramid with unit testing, with service, also read API layer or acceptance, integration too, tests, and finally UI testing at the top, requiring fewer tests, as defects should not be so prevalent higher up in the pyramid. This comes accompanied with a y-axis running upward to represent the cost of implementing tests, both in implementation and in speed of feedback. These are all really valid points, but to follow this model, and this model alone, is dangerous. Lisa Crispin's overview of Agile testing, her and Janet Gregory's stuff on Agile testing, and the Agile Testing Fellowship, go and check out all these things. Pause the video, stop the video, go and check those things out. I'll put the links in the video. She's got a nice cool link here for the Agile Testing Overview. It's a PDF. I'll see if I can find that link, if it's still valid, and throw that in the comments as well. But she mentions the Agile Testing Quadrants, which is another way of looking at testing, which talks about qualitative and quantitative, business-facing, technology-facing, all those pieces as well. Really, really interesting, and it talks more about the shared responsibility of the whole team development in Agile. Now, if you spend a little time Googling around the subject of the testing pyramid or the automation triangle or whatever you want to call it, you can find a common thread of arguments for and against the adoption of this model. The truth is that even if your organization is running Agile, there will likely be many flavors of the methodology. I kind of don't use the word methodology for Agile anymore, for example. We all chop and change as time goes by. The approach to testing is no different. You have to find your own way to cover what works best for your team, your skill set, and your customers. There are, of course, variants of the testing pyramid model where it's inverted, the ice cream cone often used as an example of what is wrong with UI heavy and unit test light development. However, Noah Sussman made this one that makes a little bit more sense, or it certainly did sort of help me see something in a different light. He just sort of flipped it and gave me a different perspective. He said the test pyramid had always resonated with him, although testing consensus is that it's obsolete. And he was trying to articulate what he saw for years, and it's about bugs at the top and how units should be able to cut any bugs out at that point, then integration below that, then end-to-end, and then UI, and how only bugs that shouldn't be able to be caught by unit get stopped through to the next level. And so really you shouldn't get that seepage of things coming through, so only functionally undetectable bugs making it through to production. Now, I'm a staunch believer in the quality and importance of humans as testers, and the use of automation to be used to check. Okay, testing, checking, conversation, we've had it there. I like what it stands for. I don't think it should be a barrier of entry to conversation. But Del Duer's post here, the testing, checking synergy, explained it better than I did, where we're talking about what do we already know how the functionality should work in our product. I know this should happen, so I can check it. But I also know that there's other things that I can do, and I don't know yet what's going to happen. And then even further, there will be things that I might need to explore and uncover and find these things as I use my product for longer. And so it's this whole idea of testing being the uncovering of information. And when we have that information, it then will enable us to check things. And then we can confirm the quality, or, whether we want to use it quality, at least whether things are working how they should do. And he's written here, If you're not testing, you're not uncovering any information. And if you're not uncovering any information, you're simply confirming nothing more than speculation about what your product may or may not do. And there's an enormous amount of information that you don't and may never know about your product. That is what testing should be there for. And that kind of highlighted in this second image here, where you're only confirming speculations and stuff. The only message I guess I'm trying to articulate is that there is so much value in testing throughout the SDLC. Automation, enabling and informing testing, so that a product can be released with a greater sense of confidence in its quality. Our approaches and practices should evolve through time. We learn from our mistakes and we improve and move with the times. The importance of staying relevant and continuous improvement is what should be our key drivers. And I've got a nice little thank you there. Huge thanks to anybody that takes the time to create any content. Thank you so much. I'm learning all the time. I'm really grateful that you've taken the time to do those things. If you ever want to give me feedback on what I've done, thank you also. I'm supposed to say like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you next time.